95% of the wealth. All right. According to Robert Reich in USA Today, during wartime, and we are in 2 wars, okay, tax rates for the rich have always been raised. Okay? During World War I, they were raised to 77%. During World War II, they were raised to 90%. Right now, they're at 28%. Even Dwight Eisenhower, a Republican, refused to cut taxes during the Cold War and kept them at 70% for the rich. Okay? And my first set of stats came from Edward Wolff, professor of economics, as found in the Multinational Monitor.
You have 20 seconds.
Okay, let me end with a quote. When you're making a choice on who should run your economic, whatever. John McCain in December said, December '07, economics is not something I've understood well.
Okay. Back to taxes. We've tried to make the point, I think we made it very strongly, that the rich are paying their fair share. They're paying more than their fair share. And furthermore, punishing them or increasing their taxes hurts the economy. It's not about what you own and what your income level is. It's not the government's job to decide this is the threshold and this is how much you can earn. It's not the school's job to say if you have over a 3.0, then we're going to take whatever you have over that and give it to kids who have less. That's not fair. Of course, that's a backwards policy. It doesn't help the economy to punish achievers. The people that are in those higher income tax brackets, they are paying a fair share, but they also create wealth for other people because they create businesses, they grow businesses, they take risks, they create the jobs that you are going to hopefully earn. And if you are earning less than the $250,000 threshold, you don't want to be staying there. You want to be working your way up. You don't want to be punished for working your way up in this country. That's a key fundamental point. As far as another point that we haven't made strongly enough we want to do now is that the Bush tax cuts that went into effect shortly after he took office, those will lapse in 2010, 2011. He cut the taxes for the lowest rates from 15% to 10%. Yes, it's true that the wealthy got a tax cut also, but you can't help but give a tax cut to the highest wage earners when they make the most money. You can't cut taxes on people who aren't paying taxes. Under Obama's plan, 63 million Americans, or 44% of all tax filers in 2010, are going to have no income liability. They're not going to pay any taxes. Yet they're still going to get a check from the government. That is redistribution of wealth. Not a good idea for the economy. It hurts the economy. It hurts you.
Yes, 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Oh, I don't. See, I was waving. Yeah, I get you every time.
Distracted by the waving.
Stop.
McCain's going to keep the Bush tax plan in effect, okay, which will keep taxes low for everybody. Go ahead.
Okay, I can talk now. Okay.
Go ahead.
As far as I think we should listen to some other things John McCain has said about the economy. Economics is not something I've understood well. John McCain, 12/17/07. I believe the fundamentals of the economy are strong. That was 9/15/08. I'm going to be honest. I know a lot less about economics than I do about the military and foreign policy issues. I still need to be educated. Wall Street Journal, January '05. Maybe we should take him at his word when he says he doesn't understand the economy. The issues of economics is not something I've understood as well as I should. Boston Globe, 12/18/07. I might have to rely on a vice president that I select for expertise on economic issues, 11/28/07. I'd also like to add that more millionaires were created under Bill Clinton than under any other U.S. president in history, and that's when we had the other tax code, when those who are fortunate enough to have gained wealth in this country were actually required to pay their fair share. I'd just like to say something about taxes in general. Everybody in this room, everybody who's listening to my voice, is a beneficiary of a tax program. Okay? The tax program supports public education. It pays all of our salaries, those of us who are employees. It provides a free education for all of you. And I don't mean just K through 12 education. I mean university and public college education as well.
30 seconds.
So pay for. The reason that public schools, public universities, and colleges are cheaper than private ones are because they are subsidized by tax dollars. If we continually give tax cuts to the wealthiest people, and then we also wage wars, which cost us trillions of dollars, there's not enough money to support that, to support your education. It's your future.
Oh. So first of all, I'd like to give all these teachers a hand. Okay, so thank you, teacher. Thank you, library. Thank you, debate club. If debate club can come over here afterwards to take a picture, that'll be awesome. But right now we have 3 minutes left. Are there any questions that you would like to ask? Is a student going to volunteer first? Because I think that maybe no. Oh, you guys are wibs. Wait, where? Go ahead. Kathleen. Okay. Who are you asking?
Anyone. If like things like rent and stuff go up and the amount that comes in stays the same, what's going to happen?
Well, if I own the building that you're renting and my taxes are increased, I'm going to have to charge you. I need to make money. I'm going to have to charge you. So I have to pay mortgage on the building too. I'm going to have to charge you more rent to compensate for my higher taxes. So if you can't make that rent, I don't know what's going to happen. But I would rather have you stay at the rate you're paying. But if I have to pay more taxes, I don't have much of a choice but to raise your rent. Hope that doesn't happen.
Okay, that's a very specific question. That's really difficult to answer that specifically. But what you should realize is that the best economic conditions in the last 25 years were under Bill Clinton. And so with Obama bringing the advisors on board, there's no reason to believe that he cannot recreate those economic conditions which led to such a success.
Mr. Zari?
Well, Mr. Clark and Mr. Jorgensen talked about grade point averages and sharing grade point averages with like kids who get a 1.0, 3.0 sharing with 1.0. So, under McCain's plan, you're talking about redistribution of wealth is not good because it takes away money from people who make money to people who don't make money. So, as a teacher, you have made provisions for students who are making 1.0 to get to 3.0. So what is McCain's plan making for these non-earners to get to the $250,000? They have no specific plan.
The main component of John McCain's tax plan is to lower the capital gains tax from 35% to 25%. Now that doesn't affect students too much, but it does affect the entire economy because that's money you pay on things that when your income grows on investments. So it makes it more profitable, it makes it cheaper for you or better for you to invest in, to buy stocks, to buy bonds, to buy, invest in other companies and help grow the economy.
But I don't have a job. How are you helping me get a job?
If the economy is growing, it's not that hard to get a job. We see, the unemployment in the last 10 years has been unbelievably low. We see it going up under Obama's plan.
But I do believe that teachers here work very hard to work.
Students, come on, this is for you guys.
Students.
Jordan.
That was just an analogy. You can breathe again. Yeah, that was just an analogy, so you can all breathe again. But think how you feel if it was true.
Stephanie.
The daily dream.
If our taxes stay the way they are right now, how are we expected to rise in society in any way? For people who claim that there are no classes, you're pretty much living in oblivion, but how are we supposed to rise if we are expected to pay really high taxes on a low-income job when others are getting billions of dollars extra than they really need, and we can't We can't get even a house. We have to rent. We have to get 2 jobs. We have to get 3 just to pay for college, just to pay for...
And Barack Obama's tax plan would address that issue. It would begin to help those people at the lower end of the spectrum so that you can afford college, you can afford the car, and you can afford the insurance.
Except those people don't pay taxes now. So the money they're going to get come from the people who do pay taxes. They don't pay taxes now, Steph.
They don't pay enough.
Everybody gotta go to class.